sports. It's in the game.
We attacking, better stand back and watch them run. Shotgun come with the option. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in a slot. Trying to bend the corner, your limbs getting.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first down, Wilson. And his first pass is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in Vegas. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into things.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your defense.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Corey Littleton able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. And behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Now it's the backup Smith, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll get this out wide to Penny. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Smith, he'll find Ballore out of the backfield. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Smith. There's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now Gino on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Raiders have recovered. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st and 10, Smith. They set up the screen to Penny. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd down and goal. Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Gerald Everett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. After the interception, here's Smith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And right side, they're going to go option here. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down. Get a new...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Nassib, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Being chased out left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Now Smith. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Geno now to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Smith on 1st down. Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And right side, they're going to go option here. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. 2nd and 9. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Smith. Dancing to his left. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And look at this, another fake. But he will not make the 1st down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. Smith going to throw it. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Big loss here as he's taken down. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a
watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.
It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now Wilson on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You definitely won't like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red end zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They're not going to get it. They try to move. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Play action. Now Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Wilson to throw. Rolling to his left. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw is Wilson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session and be saying, hey, run that one back, Coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Now throw here, hold in. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the delay, here's Carson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. It's caught. Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are on. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st down, Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Wilson's going to hold on to it. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Sliding out of the pocket. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 14. The give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that falls to the ground incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. This drive underway. After the interception, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 49. And the return across midfield. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. Now Gino on 1st down. He's got it complete to Thompson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 27, Smith. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Eluding the pressure right. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Flush to his right. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on the keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And
because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run it.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for him here the entire second half.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the red zone now, Smith. Quick throw, and that's Eskridge on the slant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. From the gun, a give to Penny. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. This one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Now the LA offense ready. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their 1st half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the 1st half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.